Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Backpack Hack channel. And this is a video for those of you who are wanting to start prepping or have just starting to prep. And you're probably wondering, what's the first thing I should start getting? What's the first thing I should start collecting and storing away? And I've laid out a representative sample of a lot of the things that preppers commonly stockpile. Flashlights, batteries, food, medical supplies, guns and ammunition, water, comm, toilet paper, yes, toilet paper, knives and other types of weapons, cash, coins and precious metals. But you're probably wondering, what's the first thing that you should prep? Out of all these, what's the first thing that you should start stockpiling? And this is just my opinion, and that's water. Simply because, for several reasons. First off, most people don't have a supply of water. The reason I don't mention food is because most of us already have a 2 or 3 day supply of food in our pantry. It's very, very common to have enough food to last you for several days. Otherwise, you'd have to be going to the grocery store 2 or 3 times a day if you don't want to stock anything in your house. So most of us already have food. Water, the other reason I suggest it is because it's very inexpensive and it's very easy to stockpile water. Third, no matter what the situation is, what the emergency is, whether it's civil unrest, martial law, war, a natural disaster, a wildfire or a flood or something like that, it doesn't matter what the situation is, you are going to need water. You can get by several days without food. Your situation may not require you to defend yourself. Maybe it's just a storm that you're having to weather. You don't need personal protection. Maybe it's just a one-day event and you don't need a flashlight. Most of us have enough toilet paper to get us through several days. We may not need comms until after a serious long-term situation. But no matter what the situation is, you are going to need water. It's also very easy and inexpensive to store water. Getting some other stuff, guns and ammunition, good knives, stockpiling cash. Of course, cash takes money. Precious metal, of course, gets expensive. Those are things that you can do later on down the road. Once you have water, then you can start branching out into the other types of things that you can prep with. The rule is, a lot of people will say 1 gallon per person per day. I suggest 2, simply because maybe 1 gallon per person a day for drinking, and then you also have your sanitation, you're taking care of, cleaning yourself, bathing and things like that, washing your clothes, doing dishes, things like that. You'll need water for those things. So I would suggest a minimum of 2 gallons per person per day and a minimum of a 3-day supply. So if you have 4 people in your family, that's 2 gallons times 4, 2 gallons times 4 people, that's 8. For 3 days, so that's 24 gallons of water minimum. 24 gallons sounds like a lot, but when you start looking at it, it's really not that difficult to do. And I don't care whether you buy bottled water like this. I don't care whether you buy the gallon containers. I don't care whether you go to your farm supply and buy the big, 5, 10, 15, 20 gallon buckets or containers that you can put water in and store it long term. It doesn't matter as long as you have a source of potable water. So this is Backpack Hack coming at you with this trail tip. Make sure that the first thing you prep is water and then start branching out into the other items. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out there on the trail.